Thank you for choosing Templify. It's time to get started templating your Monday.com workspace faster than ever. Once you've installed Templify, you'll need to install the Templify view in the boards you'd like to use it in. Open an item card in any line item, click the plus sign here, click Explore More Views, search for Templify in the search bar, and add the Templify item card to your board. Congratulations, you're about to work faster on Monday.com than ever before. Subitems in Monday.com are great for task management, and Templify eliminates the manual work needed to create them. For this demo environment, I'm using this board to manage marketing video production. First, we start by adding subitems to our board. In this case, we will want to add a subitem for each step of video creation. Let's template these subitems so they auto-populate each time a video request comes into the marketing team. Now that the subitems are created, there's multiple ways to turn them into a reusable template. The first is to simply select all of the subitems. In the item menu, click the Apps button and select Templify. Name it and choose your privacy settings, then click Save Template. Another way to template your subitems is through the item page. Open the parent item that the subitems are living under, click the Templify tab, and on the right side we will click Create New Template. From here, you can select current item subitems. Here we can see that all of the subitems and their column values are now converted into the template editor. From here, you can reorder, edit column values, add in additional subitems, or delete them. In our template editor, we can add dynamic values such as people, dates, and dependencies. Let's start by making the dates dynamic. Click on the pencil icon to edit a date. Here we can enter a static date or toggle on dynamic dates. Now, we enter how many days, weeks, months, or work days from either the creation date or a timeline date or a date column on the parent item. For my example, I want the first task, Copy, to be completed 3 days after the project timeline start date that will be set on the parent item. Now let's set a dynamic owner for the task. Click Edit here, switch to Dynamic, and since I want the copy editor to create the copy, I will select Copy Editor in the drop-down. Let me add dynamic values for the rest of the subitems. As you can see, this template is ready to go with dynamic people and dates. The final thing to do to make this a perfect template is to add in dependencies. Of course, the storyboard needs to be created first before we can create graphics, and the graphics need to be done before we can have a finished video. Now we go ahead and hit Save, and the template can be seen in the Subitem Templates tab. Now let's see Templify in action. I'll add a new project here. I will set the timeline for this project, assign roles, and simply open the item. Now let's navigate to Templify, select Apply Template on the item, and voila! As you can see, the sub-items have been dynamically assigned to each respective role, the due dates have been set according to the project timeline, and the dependencies have been added. To save even more time, let's go ahead and add an automation to automatically apply the template each time we get a video request. First, open the Automation Center by clicking Integrate. Search for Templify. Select Templify Integrations. And as you can see, Templify has a wide range of pre-built recipes to choose from. I want my subitem template to apply every time I change the request type to promo video. So I am going to use this template. When status changes to something, apply a subitem template. Now let's map it. When request type status changes to promo video, apply the subitem template called promo video. Hit Save, and let's see it in action. Let's create a new request, set the timelines and roles, and now all I need to do is select the project type, sit back, and watch the magic happen. There you go. All of our sub-items are created, dynamic dates are set, team members have been assigned and notified of their tasks, and we're all ready to begin. Let's templify items in Monday.com. In this demo scenario, I have weekly tasks I need to complete. Each of these tasks have subtasks. For example, we have a sub-item for a task that needs to be completed each day. We can templify these a few different ways. The first is by selecting the line items you want to templify. Navigating to the app's icon on the bottom right-hand side, selecting Templify, and saving the name of our template. Now, we're going to open the item, click Open the Templating tab, and click the Edit button below our template. Here we can add dynamic dates and dependencies to our line items and sub-items, just as we did in our sub-item templating tutorial. All we need to do now is create a new line item. Open the Templify view, apply our template, and let's say we want these items to auto-populate for us. We'll be able to build a recipe here by opening the Automation Center, searching for Templify, selecting Templify integrations, and we can either select or build a custom recipe. For this scenario, I'm going to select the automation dependent on a time period. And here, we will define that dependency. I'm going to set this automation to populate this template every week on Sunday. Then I will select the template I want to use and which group I want these items to populate in. When these line items are completed, they will move into the completed group. There, you've templated your first line item. In this demo, we are going to learn how to template groups and apply them manually as well as automatically. In this demo board, I have groups that contain the tasks for each service that a marketing company offers. I also have a board for each client where we will execute the tasks related to each service they purchase. I want to be able to easily apply the group templates shown here to my client boards. We will start by selecting a group that we want to template. The first way you can templify your groups is by selecting the ellipses on the left-hand side of your group and selecting Templify. You can also open the item view and select Create New Template. Here you will templify the entire group with sub-items. Now that the group has been templified, we can edit the template to add in dynamic dates and dependencies the same way we did in the last tutorial. Once done, save. Now let's apply these templates to one of our client boards. We can either once again open the item view and apply our template from here, or automate our template by visiting the Automation Center, searching for Templify, and selecting a group automation recipe. Congratulations! You've just saved your team time with group template automations. If your team needs any additional support in adopting these templates or exploring pay-per-usage plans, please reach out to our team today.